Hello, welcome to Greenwood. We're out on a sunny day at the end of August and we're going to be doing some work on this Katsura Maple. We filmed this early on in the year, about the end of May. It had got some longer shoots on it. We did a spring pruning on this tree. We've had a lot of people ask for updates on the trees that we use on these videos, and I lifted this into my studio yesterday and I thought, I want trimming. I was just about to just give it a quick trim, and then I thought, hang on a minute, we did that on YouTube. So I've waited till today, till the cameraman's here, so that we can just give it a prune for you and just show the ongoing development of it. So this was done at the end of May, so this has had 3 months of growth here in the UK. It's put on quite a bit of growth. We've had a very changeable year this year, and this has been in a for some of this time it's been in an unheated greenhouse, but the growth it's put on has been really quite good. Last year this tree really didn't grow that much. I don't know why, but this year it's got its act together and it's doing very, very well. In fact, it's doing a bit too well. Once you get to this sort of stage on a developed sort of specimen tree, or the sort of level this tree is at, you know, it's not massively high specimen, but it is a nice tree. Once you let it go too much like this, what you'll get on these very strong shoots is you'll get thickening up of the branches that these are originating from, and which we don't really want, particularly in the top of the tree. So these really long ones, they all want cutting back. This might be the last time this year. It won't put on this much growth now for the rest of the year. It'll probably just want a light prune going into autumn. So let's make a start and we'll show you what we're doing. I'll come around here so you can see what I'm doing over my shoulder. So where should we start with it? We'll start just on the front here. So here we're just trying to create a good shape, take these long shoots back. Can you see there's like a nucleus in here of where the actual tree is, and then it's just sprung out from it. We've got to be a bit careful at this time of year because it's in full leaf, so I can't see the actual structure. So really precise refinement pruning we're going to do at the beginning of the year when we can see the structure. But for now we can take stuff like this that's grown out and we can just lift it up. We can have a look back in here, look, and it's coming out of this branch here, and there's 1 pair of leaves, 2, 3, 4, about 10 pairs of leaves. I want to take that back to that first one. Same with this one, and the same with this one, and here and here. And coming down here, same with this, just shorten it back. And I'm using a very clean, sharp, quite fine pair of RS Ryuga scissors, at my sort of preferred scissor for doing this sort of refinement work on maples. They're quite a precise cut, and they've got a good reach, so you can get in there and take these sections out quite easily. Come down to here, you see this foliage pad, this canopy dropping down here, and just little bits that are breaking it like this. And as we come further round, let's shorten back these long ones. You know, I've seen some people do this sort of work and they've got more of an attitude of, well, just hack these back and sort it out in winter. But I don't really agree with that. It doesn't take much longer to just do a better job. So I'd rather, you know, this is one of my own trees, and even if it was a tree that was for sale, I'd rather do it to this sort of standard than just do it a bit more haphazard and then have to just revisit it and do it again. So here, up here, we've got a shoot here wants to come off. These are very strong. You see this shoot, these two here. Let's chase it back in, look, let's see where it comes from. It's coming from, there's an actual branch there that looks like I trimmed it back, or the tip of it had died off, and then this bud's come out crazy, very vigorous. So that will shorten right back into there. Another one here coming up. Well, that's interesting in here. Can you see in here? This strong shoot, and this one here, and this one here, they're all coming. I'll move these leaves out of the way. They're all coming from just a little knuckle in there, look. There must be a little bud at that point that's just exploded and it's fired all those out. We don't really want any of those. So concave pruner in and just snip that right out we don't need that on this tree. And here, look, it's got these attached to it. I'm putting quite a lot of energy into those. There's no point in putting any more energy into them. And this section here can come out. This can be taken back and in here. And then just work my way round. You know, there's some obvious ones on here, but then we've also got some less obvious shoots, just that want taking back just a little bit. This one here is obviously too long. And here. I'm so pleased with this tree this year. Last year it was just a little bit slow, didn't really do too much. For no fault of mine and no fault of the trees really. It just decided it fancied having a steady one, I think. So I'm really pleased that this year it's growing so well. See, this is extending a little bit too much. This is coming up too much. This is a little bit long. And here we've got a shoot. It's coming off this low branch here. It's coming right across the tree, almost to here, probably about 2 foot long. That wants to come back straight to that first bud. We've got another one in here that's pretty interesting. Again, it's coming off a shoot there, going right through. I mean, this tree, we've not been feeding it like crazy or anything. It's had a couple of, it's been fed with Naruko fertiliser a couple of times during this growing season, but we've not been trying to really ramp the feeding of it up. Like I say, it's just been growing really well. I say a little bit of time in the unheated greenhouse, I think, helped it. We had a very up and down spring. We had a lot of late frosts this year, and I think a lot of the maples that were outside in that frosty weather, it didn't do them any harm, but it probably got them off to a bit of a slow start. Whereas this one being sheltered a bit more, it probably just avoided that cold snap and got off to a flying start. So just finishing up some of these long growths at the rear of the tree, and then I'll turn it round so you can have a look, see what difference it makes. Another couple of long shoots in there, a little bit here, and the leaves on this are holding up quite well. You know, usually by the end of August, the sort of weather we've had, you'd expect them to be a little bit tatty. There's a few little bits on the top, yeah, but generally speaking, this is in really good leaf for a maple that's been through the year that we've had this year, weather-wise. It's been very changeable. There's a few little long bits here and here. We'll turn it round, just here. And there we go, round with the front towards you. You saw it earlier on in the year when it had its spring prune, and now it's had its summer prune, and we'll give it a little bit of a nip back in autumn, and then we can refine the foliage pads and the structure more in sort of February time before it comes into leaf. Acer pomatum, Katsura, nice trunk, heavy base. The branches are really getting developed on this tree over the last few years that I've owned it, and it's potted into a beautiful Walsall Studio Ceramics pot. Please give us a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos, and thank you very much for watching. Take care.